Hey, friends! Welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast with your host, Nicole
and Hannah. Come join us for some hopeful conversations about heartfelt entertainment that makes your heart swing.
Hey, y'all, we're back for another episode. And today I'm joined by my wonderful friend, Kerri, as we chat about Great American Family's original movie, A Merry Christmas Wish, starring Cameron Matheson as Dylan, Jill Wagner as Janie, Morgan David Jones as Charles, Deanna Jarvis as Nicole, Taya Messier as Gracie, and Neil Whiteley as Sydney. It was directed by Bradley Walsh and written by Blaine Chiappetta and Adam Rockoff. A little trivia for the Hardys out there. You'll recognize Morgan David Jones as Hank on When Hope Calls and Taya Messier as Violet on the When Hope Calls Christmas movie.
You know, I should have caught that, and I totally did not. But I have to admit, by the time I finally watched this movie, my brain had completely gone.
Yeah. An NYC advertising executive returns to her hometown to sell the family farm, but instead reconnects with her childhood friend and gets involved with organizing the yearly Winter Wonderland festival, which takes place on the property. What did you love most about this movie?
That's a very good question. They're meet cute.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Let's just go ahead and start right off with their meet cute. You know, she gets to the farm and he's on his big tractor doing something.
Yeah. Just maintenance.
Yeah, just maintenance.
Winter maintenance.
And she's trying to get his attention, and she finally decides to just throw a snowball at him. And he says, "Did you just throw a snowball at me?"
Like, I'm sorry, but yeah, that was like top moment.
And then, you know, he finally turns off the tractor. And, well, before he turns off the tractor, you know, they're going back and forth. He's like, "I'm going to turn off the tractor." And she's like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then he finally turns it off and he says, "Are you here for the eggs?" Janie, "Am I what?" Dylan, "The fresh eggs. Want some?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, I don't want any eggs."
I love like when they kind of wrap their conversation up, and he says, "I'll be in the workshop if you need me. Just not snowball not required."
And the fact he recognized her, but she didn't recognize him.
Yes.
She's like, "I'm sorry. Do I know you?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to know you?"
Yeah. So cute. It's so classic too, like classic thing right there of him remembering her. And of course, you know, to her, okay, what was the from Friends when he's like, I thought you always just thought of me as Monica's geeky older brother. I did. Yeah. So kind of the same situation here, where obviously she did not really think anything of Dylan when they were kids. And obviously he remembers her.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's funny.
Also, I have to mention, it's kind of funny and cool the fact that Cameron Matheson's character's name is Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
And his character has a sister named Nicole.
Yes.
And I have a brother named Dylan.
Yep. Very well planned, JC. Well planned. I must have known you were going to cover this movie. Like,
I don't know. Just being comical here. Did they have me in mind when they wrote the characters for this movie?
Is that called Kismet? I don't know. Is that called Kismet? I don't know.
I'm just kidding. It's just kind of funny.
You never know. I mean, just saying, you never know. God.
But that is really funny.
Mm-hmm.
I loved when Janie reads the note from her great uncle Randall, and it's talking about why he gave her the farm and why he wants her to help run the Winter Wonderland Festival.
Mm-hmm. I liked the fact that he told her why he left her the farm, even though she had not been there in so many years. But I really liked the fact that he told her he knew it was highly unlikely she was going to keep it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a lot of times in stories like this, when somebody inherits something, there's always some kind of drama over, and there was a little, I guess, with Dylan, but not in the same sense.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that there was no pressure from her uncle to keep it. He's just saying, you know, whatever you do, it's fine. But if there's any way you can host Winter Wonderland one more time and give it the send off it deserves, then I would appreciate it. But whatever you decide is fine. Yeah. I love that there was like no pressure there.
Dylan and Janie's first walk through town and their lunch at the Echoes restaurant. I thought that was a really nice moment. And Jane is talking about how it feels being back and how different it is than Manhattan. They get to the restaurant and they're talking, and she says, I haven't seen you since I was 10 years old. And then here we sit just chatting away like old friends. And he says, yeah, I mean, we are kind of old. And Janie says, no. Don't put me in that category.
That like just well, we are kind of old. Like
and then, you know, she goes on to say, all I mean is that you're just easy to talk to.
Yeah.
And I can see that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that comes across from Cameron as well.
Yeah, I was just thinking that I feel like Cameron himself would be easy to talk to. I feel like there are several like Hallmark and now GAC or Great American Family actors that I feel like you could easily be best friends with. And Cameron is one of them. Andrew Walker, obviously. Tyler. Wes Brown is definitely another one.
Yeah.
That he just seems like such an easygoing, fun guy that it just seems like you could very easily. They all just seem so down to earth.
Yeah.
And fun, and they seem like they would easily be good friends.
Yeah. And among the guys, Eric and Gregory as well.
That's true. Yeah. I would say Zach probably too.
Oh, Zach too. Yeah. Zach was easy to talk to, or he is easy to talk to. But I was going to say, I was only on for a few minutes, and I think I've told you this before, the story of me being on Home and Family talking to Aaron Krakow.
I've seen the video. I remember that.
And that was back right before the premiere of season 6. And, you know, at that point, Home and Family, they weren't having an in-person audience, I don't believe. Like, you know, they would bring fans on for stuff like, you know, fan Q&As when the cast would come on the show to promote the new season. And Cameron and Debbie were the hosts of Home and Family. So I did get to talk to them for a few minutes, and they were really kind, as well as Aaron, of course.
Yeah.
Such a fun experience. That still just blows my mind how out of everyone that commented, I was one of the few that they picked. Like, what?
Yeah. Well, what? I mean, that semi sort of happened to me one time. Paul Green was live on Instagram, and somebody just told me, hey, he's live and he's letting people come on his live. Like, I wasn't even watching the live. I just hop on and for the heck of it requested to join, and I didn't even know what he had just been talking about. Like, so I hop on there, and apparently people are commenting, but I'm in such stun, like, that he let me on. I'm so stunned. He's like, people are saying, hey, and I'm like, he's like, these people probably, he's like, okay,
But yeah, I mean, that was me in a nutshell. Like, a week before, whoever runs their Facebook page made a post about asking fans or Hardies to submit questions to be asked for Erin when she came on before season 6 premiered. And, I think I commented 2 questions like on their post. I think I did like one comment with one and then another comment with the other question. And I did that not even thinking for 1 second that I was going to get picked. Like, I'll just do this, what harm can it be trying? Because, you never know if you don't try. And then maybe a day or 2 after, whoever runs their Facebook page messaged me on Facebook saying, we love your questions and we would love to have you ask one of them on the show. And I was just thinking, what? This is not happening. Like what?
Yes, Nicole, everybody knows you.
No way. But it was fun.
They should if they don't. Just saying.
Oh, but yeah, such a fun memory that I'll always cherish, I guess. Yeah. Even though it was just on a video call.
Yeah, but that's still a lot more than a lot of people ever have. So it's still really cool.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the movie. We got a little off track there for a second, but that's okay.
Fun memory time.
Yeah.
Christmas is a time for reminiscing.
Yes. I also love when they are talking about Winter Wonderland and putting it on together. Now, at this point, Janie hadn't completely made the decision to run it, but I thought it was still a nice conversation.
Yeah. He says, I don't think people are really expecting it to happen. So if you go home and don't do it, you don't have to feel guilty about it. She said, except for the fact that I'm ignoring my great uncle's last wish. Except for that. Like, oh yeah, then there's that.
Yeah. One of the next scenes I love is when Dylan is wood chopping while talking to Janie. And he calls her city girl.
I love, the fact that when he's like swinging that axe, she's like, oh, strong.
Yeah. You gotta love that classic wood chopping scene thrown in those Christmas movies.
Yeah, and coming out of the coat, so he's like in his Henley top. Oh yeah.
And I don't know why, but Dylan calling Janie city girl took me back to a Hallmark movie, I believe, with Marcus Rosner, and he called the female lead's character city girl.
Aww.
I think it was Love on Harbor Island with Morgan Cohan. I think that was what it was.
I'm not sure I ever watched that one. I wanted to, and I'm not sure I ever got to.
It was really good, but I think his character called Morgan's character City Girl.
Yeah. And Nicole, it wasn't long ago that I had actually mentioned this, that one of my pet peeves in film is when somebody's supposed to be making a phone call.
Oh, yeah.
It's so obvious by their phone screen that they are not on a call. Whoever was doing this did a really good job. And when Janie called her boyfriend Charles to tell him that she was gonna, do Winter Wonderland, that his phone, actually, I could see the red end call button. I couldn't see what all the other things were on it, but you could actually see the red call button on his phone. And I'm like, yeah, somebody for change.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh man. You know me, I'm a details person when it comes to that stuff. So I was very, very impressed that they did that.
Another moment I loved from the wood chopping scene was when Janie tells Dylan that she decided to stay for Christmas and run the festival.
Oh, he was so excited.
Yeah.
So excited. On the opposite end of being so impressed with them doing that with that phone call, why the heck was she wearing heels in the snow?
I did not even notice that.
Oh,
that must have just went right
well,
over.
And then the next scene, because they're talking about how to put together Winter Wonderland, and she tells him she needs pictures, and he's like, "Well, Nicole has a ton of pictures, So he's like, "I'm going over there tonight. Why don't you come with me?" And when she gets out of the truck, she actually comments about, "Oh, I'm wearing heels, careful, Like, why the heck, like, city girl, total city girl, but why would you be wearing high heels in the snow? Like, come on." Also, with the house, his sister's house, did it put you at all in mind of from the Christmas scavenger hunt? I think that's Kevin McGarry, and I don't remember the actress that plays
Kim Shaw.
Yeah. I don't think it is the same house, but it just put me in mind of a house from that.
I haven't seen that in a while, but yeah, I can see where you thought that. Yeah.
That was just the thought that came in my mind when I saw that house. Like, wait a second,
Yeah, and I think we saw that house in one of the first promos for this movie when it was announced, I think, or a little while after it was announced.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a beautiful house. Speaking of Nicole that you mentioned a few minutes ago, I loved their reunion with Janie. That was really sweet.
Yes.
Like, she didn't even have to knock on the door. Yeah. She just opened.
Janie Collins? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, so cute.
Yeah. It was actually kind of funny because, like, the way that they were reunited kind of reminded me a little bit of how everything went at Rama Drama. It was just like,
yeah. Like, everybody's just so excited. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, a really nice moment. And Nicole is the town's deputy. Which I love. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Esther, Dylan and Nicole's mom, she recently opened an art gallery, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I love that too. I love that she was there. Like, just that's the one more reunion for Janie, is seeing her.
Yeah.
If the two of them were if her and Nicole were such good friends, she was spending the night at their house and, all this kind of stuff. So that was, I'm sure, sweet to her, to see Esther as well.
Yeah.
I love when Nicole tells her that she married Rick. She's like, "You married Rick?" Like,
yeah.
No idea who Rick is, but he's obviously somebody that they knew as kids for her to have that kind of reaction.
Yeah. I kind of wish we had gotten to meet him.
I know. That would have been cute.
Yeah. We also meet Nicole and Rick's daughter, Gracie. And Taya did a great job in this role.
Oh, yeah. She was adorable.
Yeah.
Very, very cute little girl.
Yeah.
She did very well.
Yeah. I have to mention when Dylan comes back to the farm after doing errands, he had gone to the grocery store. And, he knocks on the door and Janie answers and she's still in her pajamas. He says, "You look tired." Janie says, "Thank you."
Boy, he sure knows how to flatter a girl.
Yeah.
Like, the man's got skills.
Yeah. I thought it was nice how he brought back groceries and other things for the farm for her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially since she had just told him, like, the night before that she was going to put the farm up for sale. And she knows he lives there in the guest house. He's worked there for years and stuff. So, the farm selling could impact literally everything about his life.
Yeah.
So.
And that moment when Janie is talking about Randall teaching her how to do everything on the farm, and I think Dylan makes a comment and she says that she won't do his chores for him.
Yeah. There are several very, very cute moments between the two of them. That one was one.
Yeah.
Obviously, their meet cute. I think another one of my favorite ones is later when she's cooking breakfast. That one was really, really sweet.
Yeah, I loved that one too. I don't have the dialogue written down, but
I don't remember. Well, we'll get to that. That's later in my notes. I don't remember how much of that I wrote down. I think I wrote down a couple of lines, but
yeah.
You mentioned the chores. I love a little bit later when he tells her that she's not as useless at farm work as he thought she'd be.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think that was when they were decorating the tree, which is another scene that I really loved.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also talking about.
Well, he tells her that she has a good head for being a farmer because she got that tree when she invited Earl Wyatt, I think his first name was Earl, to kind of set up a second location to sell his Christmas trees there at Winter Wonderland. So, it's helping his business. It's kind of giving them some decor and more foot traffic for Winter Wonderland, and she got a free tree out of it. He's like, you made a profit on this deal. He's like, you have a good head for business. He's like, people think it's just getting up early and all this. He's like, but you have to have some good business sense. And he's like, you're actually good at this.
They also talk about the farm in general and Randall, which that was a really nice moment when Janie is saying how, she doesn't know why he gave her the farm, and Dylan is explaining to her that he really loved her almost like she was his own daughter.
Yeah.
Nicole, Gracie, and Dylan spending time with Janie. Now, this is when they go Christmas tree hunting, and Marjorie gives them the tree for free since Nicole is the deputy. I love Janie's comment. She's like, you can't just keep giving away free trees or something along those lines.
Yeah.
But that was a really nice gesture because of her being in law enforcement.
Yeah, she was like, I'm not going to charge a deputy for Christmas.
Yeah.
Also, it was her son-in-law's business. She made her money selling money. So, she wasn't worried about giving away the Christmas trees.
Yeah.
Marjorie was so sweet.
Yeah, she has the honey that she makes, and Janie tries it in this scene. That actually looked really good.
I love honey.
Yeah. And then we see Janie talking to Nicole about being back and working with Dylan. Nicole gives her some advice, which I thought was really nice. And they all feed the goats and a camel. Yeah.
Well, Janie had said that being on the farm was helping her see things more clearly. And Nicole said it doesn't get much clearer than Woodland Falls on a starry night.
Yeah. That was the line.
Cute little line right there. But I have to admit, I was wondering who had a camel in Woodland Falls.
I don't know. How'd they get that camel there?
I don't either. I mean, like around here we have Pettit Creek Farms is local to me, and they have camels and all this kind of stuff there. But I mean, Woodland Falls just doesn't strike me as a camel town. I don't know. I could see llamas, like
llamas,
or that, but camels. Okay, I don't have a problem with it. I just want to know who has camels.
Yeah.
Oh man, Dylan surprising Janie
I
with
think
the
that might
beautifully
be
decorated room upstairs. Oh my gosh.
I think that might be one of my top favorite moments in this movie.
I forgot that one, but it's so sweet.
Yeah. I love how he says, keep your eyes closed. Don't look.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the song, dancing to the song.
Yes, It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, I think was the song.
Oh man, you've already said the answers to 2 of my trivia questions.
No guarantees that I'm gonna remember by the time we get to that. My brain. I mean,
Spoiler. Sorry about that.
I had completely forgotten this scene when you asked me favorite scenes, and it's a really great scene. Another little like production minded moment right here. You didn't see it in all the shots, but when they did the like from up above shot of them dancing, you notice they're dancing on a rug.
No, I missed that.
There's like a big, like a rug, like what would be in your living room or something laid out there. There's absolutely no reason for that rug to be in there except to pad their footsteps, because walking on that wood
probably would make a lot of noise.
Yep. So, and their mics are really sensitive. So
that makes sense.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It's cool to me to look at things through a production mindset, like to not just watch something. Now, to other people, that takes it out of them. For me, I thrive on it. But that was to see that and kind of go, why would he have now I get it, so that was
let's see. Janie baking cookies with Nicole and Gracie, and then Dylan coming in to help. That was really nice. And he compliments the cookies. He said that they're really good or something along those lines.
Now this does bring up a question. Do you prefer for your cookies to be soft or crunchy? Because obviously they had crunchy cookies.
I don't want them to be too hard.
I prefer soft cookies. Like when I make sugar cookies, that's one thing that always bugs me in movies. I'm sorry, it does. But another thing that bugs me in movies. That like when I make sugar cookies, people like refuse to call them sugar cookies. They're like, these aren't sugar cookies, these are tea cakes.
What?
I will take them out before they get hard on the bottom, so they're still soft.
They're sugar cookies.
I'm like, I'm using a sugar cookie recipe, and they're like, they're tea cakes, and I'm like, whatever, they're sugar cookies. They're soft sugar cookies.
I think tea cakes are smaller.
I don't know. Like it throws me off that people literally refuse to call my sugar cookies. They're sugar cookies. Thank you. I don't like for my cookies to be crunchy. Like that was I'm the same way with biscuits. Now, when I make biscuits or something, my dad prefers them to have a crunch to the bottom. I don't. That's why I prefer like pancakes over waffles. I prefer the soft to the crunchy. But I'm like, when I'm watching movies and I see people eating these like cookies that are so hard they snap when you bite into them, I'm just like, that doesn't seem enjoyable to me. I don't know. But I mean, everybody has their preference. So I mean, y'all weigh in and let us know. Do you prefer your cookies?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Crunchy or soft?
Yeah. I love sugar cookies, and they're a little bit harder, but I do like gingerbread cookies.
Yeah.
But they are sugar cookies. They're not tea cakes. I think tea cakes are smaller. And I know that because every year at Christmas, me and my mom used to have tea with one of my aunts. It's at Charleston Place. I don't think they do it anymore. The Charleston Place Hotel. And, with fancy tea like that, they'll normally bring out little hors d'oeuvres, like tea cakes and scones. Aww. And it's normally at Christmas time when we'll go, or when we would go, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah. What was the tea in Signed, Sealed, Delivered, there was like a particular tea.
Oh, oh gosh, my mind is blanking now.
I keep thinking Darjeeling, but is that
it's the Darjeeling. Yeah, the Darjeeling.
I remember when I went to the Hardee's VIP event in Napanee, Indiana this year, they had, I don't remember if it was Darjeeling or not. And I didn't actually try it. Like, I had a different one, but I remember seeing the packs of tea. And I don't remember if I actually sent you a picture of it or not, but I remember thinking that I should. Because I recognized it from SSD, whatever it was. I'm thinking it was the Darjeeling. And one of the ladies that I was sitting next to had it. And she said it was really good.
It is. The Darjeeling is a black tea, I believe. And I just recently had it maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I mean, not too long ago, but it was pretty good.
Okay.
You'll have to try it if you've never had it.
I don't think I ever have, no. We'll have to try to get together like a big group of us and have like some kind of little tea parties. Yeah. That would be really fun.
Yeah, I think the brand that we got was Twinning. The brand Twinning. And actually, if I'm correct, I think I got that little pack of Darjeeling tea from Rama Drama in a little Postables goodie bag that one of the Postables made for all of the
I would not be surprised.
Postables that went.
Yeah. So Morgan and I are going to have to try to be at Rama Drama this coming year. It just seems like it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah. Thank you to the wonderful Postable and friend who made all of those goodie bags, because that was awesome.
Oh, wow. I can't even imagine how many they made.
I think there were at least over 100 of us. It might have been close to 200, but at least a little over 100 Postables there.
That is awesome.
Yeah. I loved Janie and Nicole helping Esther bring the art from the gallery into the barn. That was really nice.
Yeah. And then just the two of them getting to hang out and have some girl time.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up too.
Yeah.
I love the line from Nicole to Janie when she says, "You deserve to have the life you want wherever that is." And that is when they are talking about Janie thinking about wanting to have kids at some point, but Charles, her boyfriend, is like not so sure. He changes
always changes the subject.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought one thing that I cracked up at a lot of things in this movie, and I don't remember what the context of the conversation was, but I think it's Janie that says maybe it's a mood point.
I think,
my brain went back to Friends, and I think it's Joey that talks about a mood point. Like,
oh my gosh.
Brain went there. Like, one of the pictures that was released from Three Wise Men and a Baby. It's like the three brothers standing there, and because I don't know their character names, I'm just gonna say Paul was like giving Andrew a high five, and Tyler's standing on the other side of Paul, and he has his hand up for a high five too, but Paul and Andrew are facing each other, so like Paul has his back to Tyler. And I sent it to Morgan, and I'm laughing, and I'm like, why am I hearing Chandler Bing be like, oh, I forgot, I have no one.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
Everything reminds me of something like that. Like,
yeah. We already briefly mentioned it a little while ago, but Janie getting up to make breakfast and then her conversation with Dylan. And, this is when she asks him to join her for breakfast.
Yeah, this is the one that I have some of the dialogue written down. She said, "You just gonna stand there, or are you gonna have some breakfast?" He says, "I'm sorry, I just needed a moment to process the fact that you actually got up before me, make sure I wasn't dreaming." And she said, "Oh, this is what you dream about?" And I'm like, "Look." Like, yeah, actually he does. But awkward,
Yeah.
And then they talk for a minute and he says, "Hey, any interest in checking the moisture levels of the grain silos with me?" She said, "Oh, well, now that does sound like fun. But I have a better idea. Why don't you have breakfast with me? Consider it like the calm before the storm." And he says, "Grain silos can probably wait."
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, "this is what you dream about" line, I was like, oh.
Oh my goodness. Winter Wonderland Day 1. I thought that was really nice. Just seeing the start of the festival, and Janie is helping Marjorie sell honey at her booth. I love how she goes to Nicole and asks for the crackers, and then she brings them back over and she's like, "This is so good," or something along those lines, and then everyone starts walking over.
Yeah. So good. And I love the fact that Dylan is like,
Impressed.
like,
yeah,
with her. She's like, "Oh, I didn't do anything." And he was like, "Look at her booth now. Look at how
don't
happy
sell
she is."
yourself short.
Yeah. He's like, "You have a right to be proud of yourself. You're good." Like, he's trying to tell her, stop acting like you don't do anything. Stop not taking credit for what you accomplish.
Also, Nicole's conversation with Dylan about Janie. Now, this is after day 1 of the festival is over and they're getting ready to go back home. And she's asking how things are going, even though Dylan tries to deny it.
He says, "What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to get her to stay here and keep the farm?" And she said, "Okay, well, what's the alternative? You say nothing and probably never see her again? Dylan, you have 2 more days with her. Do you really want them to be your last?"
Yeah.
Hit him with the facts.
Hashtag facts.
Yeah.
Or mic drop.
Yeah. Or what was Daniel Lissing's thing?
Boom. I think he still says that sometimes.
He does.
There was one clip of him and Aaron. I think it was when they were announcing season 2, maybe? Or maybe it was the premiere of season 3. Or maybe it was multiple times because they posted so many cute, like, behind the scenes videos. I think it was the one when they were at home and family, like after season 1, or like when season 1 was getting ready to show the finale. And, they look at each other and they're like, boom, boom, done, or something. Boom.
Oh, man. To me, one of their cutest videos, and I don't even remember what it was about, but I think this is where you see the little boom thing, the little GIF or GIF, however you say that, from a lot. I don't remember what they were talking about, but I think she was wearing like a little red shirt or something, and she's like just giggling so hard at him doing that.
That's the one I was talking about. I think it's the one that they posted right before the season 1 finale when they were on Home and Family. And they look at each other and they're like, boom, done.
Yeah. One of my like cutest like behind the scenes moments with the two of them.
I love the one when he's like, party like a Hardy.
I love the one this is like from set, and I don't even remember like where I saw this video. I just remember it. But it would have been probably season 2. I don't remember, but they were supposed to be dancing and he like had his arms crossed and she went, "He won't hold hands."
Their behind the scenes videos were gold. Like,
I know.
I'm not even joking. They're gold.
Yeah.
But the one I just mentioned, when they're standing outside the saloon, and I think she was asking him like what he likes to do for the holidays, or like what he used to do for the holidays. And, he was talking about how he prefers sand over snow. She's like, do you prefer sand over snow? And he's like, sand.
Yeah.
Because he's from Australia.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember everything else that was said, but I think that's where the line "party like a hardy" came from, or originated, because he was like, party like a hottie.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's where that got started. I could be wrong, but yeah, I think it is.
We need a movie with them, like, seriously.
I know. I really do. I feel like in their own way, Jill and Cameron have a good established friendship
they do
as well.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
And a great chemistry as well.
Yeah, for sure. I love Jill in pretty much anything I've ever seen her in.
And same with Cameron.
Yeah. I really like the Mystery 101 series with Jill.
This moment was towards the end of the movie, and it's when Janie sees Nicole and Gracie before she heads back to New York. And Janie promises to come back and see Gracie, and then makes a promise with Nicole to keep in touch. I love Nicole's line. She says something like, I won't let you get away again, or something. I'm a deputy. I can find you.
Yeah. She says, remember, I'm a deputy. I can find you. Yeah. But like right before that, when Charles showed up.
Oh, awkward.
Those Charleses can cause some trouble. They're great guys. They don't mean any harm whatsoever, but you gotta watch those Charles guys. I mean, I'm just saying. But he shows up with an offer for the farm from the developer in LA. And he says, I'm sure in the light of day things will be clearer, and then we can get back to our lives. And then the next morning, Janie is trying to talk to Dylan. Dylan's wanting to talk to her. Before she can tell him that Charles is there, Charles shows up. And he's like, talking about all this stuff. And she's thinking, would you shut up? I haven't had a chance to talk to him myself. And he says something about it being bittersweet. And Dylan says, bittersweet is actually a really good word for it. Yeah. But then when Janie shows Dylan the offer for the condo development, and he says, are you saying you haven't been happy since you've been back? Are you saying that you haven't felt anything here? And she says, it's not that simple. Like the whole emotion from that scene into her saying goodbye to Nicole and Gracie, and then just the look between her and Del. Oh my gosh, the heartbreak in those two scenes.
Yeah.
Was so real. Like, oh my word.
Yeah. This was very brief, but Dylan, he's walking through town and he runs into Sydney, who's got the papers for the farm to be sold in his hands. And he puts a little word in his ear that Janie might regret that. So he decides not to mail the papers, which we find out at the end of the movie.
Yeah. I really felt like the breakup scene between, because obviously, Janie goes home to New York City. She's trying to have her life with Charles, and it's just not working. She's not happy. She wants to go back to Woodland Falls. The breakup scene between the two of them was actually so good and so heartbreaking. It's actually hard.
Yeah.
Because you can see that he really is hurt. He really does care about her. It's not your typical breakup.
Yeah, and can I just say the way he handled that and was supportive?
Yes.
That's how someone should be if they have feelings for someone else. Although he didn't know that really, but he could probably tell.
Well, I mean, that's the way he should be. Just because he cares about her, regardless of her reasons.
Yeah.
He cares enough about her that he just wants her to be happy. And I mean, he even said it. You've been pulling away for a while. Like, I think he knew it was coming. He didn't want it to. I think he truly did love her.
Yeah.
But
and he said he didn't want to change her.
Yeah, that breakup scene was actually, it was hard, but it was very, very well done.
Yeah.
Very mature.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he even said, go. And if you are lucky, you might still be able to get the farm back.
Yeah. The whole, oh man, yeah, that whole thing was so good. So good. Yeah.
I loved when Janie opens the note and the gift from Dylan, which in the gift, it has a little bag of Gracie's friendship cookies, a jar of Marjorie's honey, the framed photo of her and her great uncle, and I believe the other thing that was framed was the note from him that she had gotten at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that was such a, Charles was like, what, so bad? And she was like, no, it's perfect. Talking about the gift from Dylan. I love the fact that Nicole pulls Janie.
I was about to say that. I was about to say that.
Do you have any idea how fast you were going?
And then escorting her back with the car.
Yes.
Or the police escort.
And Gracie with Dylan.
That was cute.
Oh man, there were so many, like, just so good, heart grabbing moments, whether they were sad or happy or just sweet or whatever in this movie. And this was one of them. Are you thinking about Janie? And he's like, no, I was just thinking about.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I was thinking about Janie. She's like,
yeah,
it'll be okay. It like just wraps him in a hug. Like at that young of a child, that she knows what's going on with him, how he feels, and that he just needs to be loved on at that particular moment. She so precious, so precious. And what was it we were talking about the other day about guys that are good with kids?
What was that we were saying? I don't even know.
We were just talking about how attractive it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Cameron is a dad himself, so he played that role of uncle very well.
He really did. I'll adopt him. He can be my uncle.
I loved when Dylan makes his speech and then Janie interrupts and they're like, hi. She gives him the gift, which we don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
But she's like, can I have the mic, please? And then she makes her speech, which I loved as well. She says, it might only happen just one time a year, but isn't it nice just to slow down and think about the things that are really important in life?
Quick, somewhat side note question, just to see if you had this thought too. When it was mentioned earlier in the movie that Mr. Wyatt was going to be Santa, did you at all question if something was going to happen and he wasn't going to be able to do it and that Dylan was going to have to?
I think I must have missed that line.
Because somewhere earlier in the movie, Janie asks him, was he ready to play Santa? And he was like, yeah. And of course, at the kind of closing ceremony, we see him dressed up as Santa.
Yeah.
But when it was initially said, when she asked him, was he ready for that or whatever, I was thinking, okay, he's not going to play Santa. Like, he's not, for some reason, like he's going to get hurt or something, and he's not going to be able to do it. And Dylan's going to end up having to step in last minute, what I thought.
I could see where you would think that, but I think for some reason I missed that line about it being said he was going to be Santa.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I guess I know this isn't Hallmark, but essentially it would just be a very Hallmark thing for that to happen, So
yeah.
But yeah, I love Janie and Dylan's conversation after after the ceremonies, and she says, you were the one who helped me see that my life has all of this untapped potential, and I finally realized what I want in my life, and not only that, but who I want in my life. And I want to be on this farm, and I want to be here with you because you make me happy. He says, well, there isn't anything that would make me happier than that, but I can't let you walk away from everything that you've worked so hard for. And of course, she tells him that she plans to work for herself on her own terms. And he says, but what about the farm? She says, well, I just happen to have the best lawyer ever.
Yeah.
Sydney didn't turn in the papers because someone tipped him off that I might regret it one day. But I think the most important thing is that I'm going to be really busy starting this new venture of mine. So I'm going to need someone to run the farm. And I was just thinking that maybe that person could be you. And he says, nothing would make me happier. It's so sweet. I love the line about the untapped potential.
Yeah, that was really sweet. And can we just talk about how Janie's gift to Dylan was mistletoe?
Well played, girl. Well played. And it's just like, let me show you how this works.
And then Gracie sees it, and Nicole sees it, and Gracie's like, and then Nicole kind of like covers Gracie's eyes, and Gracie's like trying to peek through.
Eyes when people are kissing. I'm sorry, but to me, kids should be able to see people showing their love for each other. Like, not in it to a level that's appropriate.
Yes.
There's an inappropriate level, obviously, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that personally. But I mean, I guess it makes for comedy, but still. Yeah.
There's a PG-13 rating, a PG rating.
Yeah. That was definitely a G rating.
A G rating.
Yeah.
An M rating for mature, which is like not for kids.
An E rating, that's for everybody. So yeah. Oh.
We could just go on and on with the ratings.
Oh yeah. But I thought it was kind of different, kind of cute that the last line in this
bought
movie,
us a farm.
Yeah. Yeah, all right, we got us a farm. I don't remember, because normally these type movies would end with like, Merry Christmas, Janie, Merry Christmas, Dylan, and then kissing again. I don't remember any of that. Like, I don't remember them actually telling each other Merry Christmas, which again, shout out to them for doing something different.
Yeah.
I mentioned this, I don't remember honestly if it was the last episode we recorded for Honest to Goodness or what, but that I have actually been very impressed lately that they've been doing, like, for both channels, they have been doing some things differently. Like, you still have a lot of the same comfort, level of comfort, familiarity, but they have been doing some things differently lately, and I've been very impressed with that.
Yeah. We have some trivia to wrap up this episode. I have 4 questions.
All right.
And they're not multiple choice this time, so they're a little tougher.
Oh boy.
What year was written on the back of the frame with the photo of Janie and her uncle?
Oh, geez.
This is like when she first got there and she was seeing it for the first time.
I want to say it was either 2003 or 2006.
The first one you said was right, 2003.
2003.
Ding, 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 ding.
I know it was early 2000s because I remember noticing that. But yeah.
Yeah. What is the name of Nicole's husband?
Rick.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. That was one that I mentioned was.
Yeah.
Spoiler. What song was playing when Dylan and Janie shared a dance?
That was also not clear.
Yeah. Her and her uncle's song, as he said.
Yeah.
That's a really pretty song.
It really is. I like even just an instrumental of that.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't even have to, I mean, the words are beautiful, but I love even just an instrumental.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful song.
What is one flavor of the honey Marjorie was selling?
Oh. Apple blossom?
Ding,
Or
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. I know it's like Applewood, Apple Blossom, something or another. But what was the it was sour something, wasn't there?
There was apple blossom, clover, and one more. I don't remember the
I can't remember what was the one that she tried initially.
Oh goodness. I don't
remember. I keep thinking it starts with sour or something, but I could be
I didn't write it
totally
down.
wrong. Could be totally wrong.
But perfect score. Good job.
I'm impressed. I usually am terrible at trivia.
So what would you give this movie out of 5?
Let me see. I would say probably a 4.5 to 5 out of 5.
I would give it a 5.
Remember,
yeah.
I don't really remember anything in this one that I felt like, oh, this could have been better. Or, I mean, y'all know. Again, anybody that has ever listened to Honest to Goodness podcast knows what a snob I am and how I nitpick everything to death. So I can't really remember anything in this one, even production wise, that I was like, this could have been better, or that could have been better. So
yeah,
I would say a solid 4.5 to 5 out of 5.
Yeah, I would give it 5 too.
Yeah,
it was a really good movie for 2022.
Mm-hmm. Very, very good. Definitely in the runnings for top favorite for Great American Family this year.
Yep, definitely. Well, this was so much fun. Thank you, Kerri, for joining. We always love having you on.
Thanks for having me. This was really fun.
Of course. And we will be back very soon for another episode. We will link the Honest to Goodness podcast in the description below so that y'all can go check out their episodes if you have not already. Such a fun podcast.
Well, we're very glad that you have joined us officially as a co-host for that. So.
Yes. All right, everyone. I think that wraps up our recap of A Merry Christmas Wish. We will be back very soon for another episode. We hope you enjoyed and have a great day or night wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time. We love y'all. Bye.